Good morning, Life Cycles Yoga. Today, as I'm recording this, it's Tuesday, it's October 18th. So if you have your journal and you'd like to write down a couple things, feel free. Whenever you're writing the journal or whenever you're watching the video, early morning. So I just got back from the 406 Yoga Conference in Montana, Bozeman, Montana, full of lots of new ideas, lots of learnings, lots of information. And my heart is full too for the new connections and new friends that I have made. And then also the time that I spent with good friends and family as well there. So in 1 week, we will be experiencing our first eclipse, October 25th, so a week from today. And I find that, this is like the eclipse portal energy. We can start feeling it 4 weeks leading up to the first eclipse, which would have been the new moon in Virgo, September 25th. And then also 4 weeks after the last eclipse, the last eclipse will be November 8th, and that's a full moon in Taurus. And so this is evolutionary energy. Scorpio and Taurus is all about the shadow, the fears, getting uncomfortable, transformation. It is processing grief and sadness and these emotions that we don't necessarily want to face. And so it can be quite transformational, right? A lot of stuff gets dug up from the murky depths, that's Scorpio, in order to be brought to the light for rebirth, because Scorpio is death and Taurus is like rebirth. So it's our physical bodies, it's our spiritual bodies, it has a lot to do with our emotions. So it can be quite deeply emotional as we move into this energy, and it's quite apparent now as we start to shift gears. So this is a quarter. So the Leo moon today is quarter. It's the time to start reprocessing and start analyzing and start journaling. And if you use divination tools like tarot or oracle cards, or you have your favorite psychic mentor or friend, this is a really nice time to dive deep into those. Maybe start pulling a tarot card a day. That's one of my rituals that I started this year, which I absolutely love. So anyway, I've talked about this energy before, and of course we'll get deeper into it next week. But I've been talking since September 25th, the Libra new moon, the Libra new moon, September 25th, that this is the time to anchor into your basics. So are you getting enough sleep? Are you drinking your water? Are you eating good foods? Are you taking walks? Are you doing your yoga? Are you doing your meditation? Stick with your routine, because that will help regulate all of the emotions going on, and especially help you if something unexpected happens, or someone unexpected comes into your life, or somebody, announces something, or a job shift change, or something to do with children, or anything, pets, family, friends, anything. If anything with these eclipses, it is expect the unexpected as your life shifts, because these eclipses happen every 6 months. We are in Libra season, and it is changing this week into Scorpio season. Next weekend is a massive weekend, you guys, and I'm going to be sending out my newsletter soon with the detailed information. But Venus is shifting into Scorpio, and then we're having Venus and the sun meet with one another. And then we have, of course, the sun moving into Scorpio, and then we have the eclipse. So this coming weekend is big. So, if you're anchored into the routine in which you can feel comfortably yourself and self-regulate, that can be really important this week. And that has a lot to do with brahmacharya. Brahmacharya in yoga is the right use of energy. It's a yama. And so how do you conduct yourself and your behavior in your energies? Like, are you taking care of yourself? Are you listening into yourself? And where are you putting your energy, your energy output? So be really considerate about that. If it's going towards something that you don't enjoy and you don't like, you can feel completely drained. But if it's into something that you're passionate about and you love, you can be lit up. You can start to feel really purposeful in your life. So one thing I wanted to share today before our practice. So we are in Libra season, and the lower back is the energy, the kidneys, staying hydrated. So we'll do some things for the lower back, and also, we'll talk about the body parts next week that the eclipses are touching. But it's about balance, right? So where is your intention for Libra season? And have you been connecting with it every day? I always encourage you to write it on your mirror or somewhere that you can see it, a piece of paper on the fridge, that you can come back to it. We oftentimes need a visual as humans to remind us of our intention or our mantra. And then every time you're reminded, you think about it and you're more aware of it, and you can implement it into your daily life. So what has Libra season been for you? Harmony, balance, fairness, peace, justice in life, and beauty. It's ruled by Venus, Venus is the planet of the senses, the sensual. So, are you indulging in some yummy foods, yummy smells, good views, music, touch? All of that can be really lovely, especially as we move into these sensual signs of Scorpio and Taurus, sensual and sexual, okay? So that can be a big theme too coming up. I mean, Scorpio rules the sexual organs. And sexuality, and Taurus is sensuality, so indulgence in those. So how can you combine the two? Just thinking about things, right? So in Libra, we find the balance. We are going to be practicing today and on Thursday the balanced breath again from Pranayama, our breath control. And then also today will be just nice low and slow practice as I move out of a heavy travel fun weekend of lots of movement, meditation, friends, people. Today is about balancing that energy. And then also, what was I going to mention? Oh, so I wanted to share with you a prayer that I do every morning, or in Reiki. So Reiki has principles, and we can also call it a prayer. And so every morning I wake up and I say this to myself, no matter what time I wake up. Like today, I got 6 hours of sleep and I was like, ding, I'm awake. And it was like 4 a.m. So I lay there in bed, I say these before I even get out of bed, and I connect with it. And I'd like to share them with you because having that ritual of a prayer or a mantra can help anchor you. Do you have something like that? Do you have something you can anchor to? And Reiki principles, or the Reiki prayer, is said in different lineages, different ways. And so this one is one that I have taken from a couple teachers and made it my own, simplified it into a more modern version for myself that I feel connected to. So the Reiki prayer is, just for today, I am grateful for my many blessings. Just for today, I honor and feel all of my emotions. Just for today, I do my work honestly and purposefully. Just for today, I'm kind to all beings. And that little saying before the prayer, just those 4 sentences, the little saying of just for today, remind you that it's today. Be in the moment of today. This is your life of living in this moment. It's not about next weekend. It's not about 2010, your past. It's about this moment, in this moment in time. So it anchors you into the presence and awareness of the reality of what is and not what you hope it to be. All right, my dear friends, why don't we start into a balanced breath? So come into a comfortable seated position and get any wiggles out. We are recording this quite early in the morning, But, whenever you're watching it, just get the wiggles out here. Yeah, and then come into Sukhasana or crisscross applesauce, any way that feels good for your body, and maybe sit on a blanket or a block to elevate the hips above the knees slightly. Good, and then sitting up nice and tall, notice your posture. So you might have a little sway in the back. The spine is nice and elongated, the crown of the head shifting up towards the sky. And notice if you're pressing your face forward, because you want to pull the head back in alignment with the spine. Good, a nice, even, neutral chin. Resting the hands on the legs and just come into your basic breath. If you feel comfortable, close down your eyes. Just notice your breath. Good, and so for today, for Nadi Shodhana, which is balancing the nadis, the Ida and the Pingala, so the moon and the sun, we are balancing them into this breath where we use our nostrils, closing off our nostrils, right? So if you need some Kleenexes, this does clear out the sinuses as well. Feel free to grab those. All right, so we take our dominant hand, and the idea of this is that we start on the left side, which is the moon side, the nurturing side, the feminine, softer, slower side. And then we move into the sun side, which is the doer, the action, the steps forward, the sunning life force, okay? So we're balancing both of these sides. And it's going to be an exhale, inhale on the left, exhale, inhale on the right, exhale, inhale on the left. And that's how we're going to switch nostrils. So let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Great. And then take your dominant hand, and we're just going to use 2 fingers or a thumb and a finger. Okay. So deep inhale through the nose. Both nostrils, close right, exhale left, inhale left, close left, exhale right, inhale right, close right, exhale left, inhale left, close left, exhale right, inhale right. Good, do a few of these on your own. We're gonna exhale and then inhale left and then exhale, inhale right. So keep doing a few of these on your own. Good, and finish up your last one and finish up on the left side with an exhale. And release the hand, flutter open the eyes, and just find some nice shoulder rolls here. Good, we're gonna get the blood pumping in all the big major joints. Good, switch directions. A nice balance of our musculoskeletal system. Good, release. All right, let's extend the legs out in front of us. If you're sitting on a bolster or something big, remove it. I'm just sitting on a blanket here so I can keep the blanket. Keep your blanket if you like. Inhale, hands high up to the sky. And then exhale, release the hands down to the sides for Dandasana next to your hips. Flex your toes back towards your knees. Deep inhale here, extending the crown of the head towards the sky. Straight, nice, soft legs. And now let's turn our gaze over our right shoulder. Good, feeling a soft stretch through the neck. And then bring the gaze back forward and then turn it over to the left side. Good, and release, come back to center. All right, so we're gonna swing the legs over to the left. So you can bring your right hand to the right hip. I'm gonna remove my blanket now for Bharavajans. Twist here, nice, soft, simple twist. So your top leg is your left leg. So rest your ankle, your top leg ankle, into your bottom leg arch of the foot. Good. And then inhale, left hand to the sky. And exhale, twist to the right. So the left hand comes down to the bottom leg, which is your right knee. Right hand is on the floor and just looking over the right shoulder. Nice soft twist here. Good, and release, come back to center. Let's bring the legs back out in front of us, shake them out a little bit. Good. And then let's swing the legs to the right. Left hand comes down to the floor, and now your top leg is your right leg. So let your ankle from the top leg rest in the bottom leg's arch. Very soft of the foot. Good. Inhale, right arm to the sky. And exhale, twist to the left. Draw that right hand down to the bottom knee. And then twist and look over the left shoulder. Nice soft twist here. Just up through the spine, starting slow, starting low this morning. Yeah, feeling into our bodies. And just honoring our emotions, feeling our emotions today. Good, and release, come back forward. All right, let's bring our legs back in front of us, shake it out, and then come into tabletop on your mat. Let's just find any sort of movement that feels good, some natural movement here for you. As we start to set up into a neutral tabletop, so maybe you want to twist the head, maybe you want to shake the hips side to side. All right, coming into a neutral tabletop, spread the fingers out nice and wide, and then bring them one handprint forward. Good, flip the toes under, inhale, look forward. And exhale, lift the hips up high, drawing the head back down towards the floor and down dog. Look back at those yogi toes. Just find some movement here in your hips, shoulders, knees. Yeah, just popping into down dog. Press into those fingertips. All right, now let's just lower our knees back down to the mat really slow. Our hands are still in place, about one handprint forward from our shoulders. So what I'd like to do here is find some fluid movement in our body front to back, okay? So inhale and press the hips down, lift the heart. And then exhale, let's untuck the toes and draw the hips back to the heels. Let the head fall. Inhale, press forward. Drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, hips back. Draw the head down. Good, inhale, come forward. Just find this movement. If you wanna go faster, go faster. If you wanna go slower, go slower. Inhaling forward and exhaling, coming back. Just loosening up our body. Good, and then come back into neutral tabletop. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then we're gonna do a few cat cows here. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And then exhale, cat. So arch the back, drop the head, tuck the tailbone. Good, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Last cat, exhale, cat. Good job. Let's come into puppy pose or child's pose. So puppy pose, you can keep the hips up high and walk the hands forward, drop the heart. Or child's pose, open up the legs, drop the hips to the heels. And the arms come to the top of the mat. Just for today, what does that mean to you, just for today? What do you want to do just for today? Honoring where you are with your energy. Honoring where you are emotionally. Honoring where you are spiritually. Good, and release. Let's start to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, drawing the knees underneath the hips. Bring the left hand into the center of the mat. Inhale, right arm to the sky. And then exhale, bring the top of the hand to the lower back. Right hand, right arm. And then draw the gaze down towards the floor. Shoulder shines to the floor. And then inhale, bring the gaze to the right side, open the shoulder. Good. Exhale, shoulder down, gaze down. Now this time, inhale, open up the shoulder, bring the right arm back up towards the sky. And then exhale, thread it through underneath the left arm. So the right shoulder, right side of the face comes down. And the left hand can just rest in front of the gaze, or it can come behind and bind in the lower back or extend up to the top of the mat. How's that feel for you? Nice deep breaths here. Letting our yoga practice start to shift and open up our energy channels. Release any blockages. Good, one more breath here. Left hand comes in front of the gaze. Press up, inhale, right arm to the sky. And exhale, drop it down. All right, flip the toes under. Before we move to the other side, walk the hands back towards the knees. Inhale, lift up the heart. Lift up the fingertips high to the sky. And then exhale, release the hands to the lower back. Clasp the hands if it's a little bit tough right now. Clasping the hands, just airplane the arms behind you, just so the palms face one another, like you're holding a big ball behind your lower back. All right, inhale, heart to sky, just opening up the chest, pressing the shoulder blades back towards the spine. Nice, strong belly, gaze is high. Good, press, press, press. You notice a difference between your right arm and your left arm. Good, release the hands. Inhale, hands high to the sky. Exhale, notice the arms, bend the elbows. Inhale, hands up high. And exhale, drop the hands back down to the mat. Bring the right hand to the center of the mat. Inhale, left arm to the sky. And exhale, let's thread it through underneath. Bringing the left. No, I'm lying. Let's bring it back. Let's come back. Right hand center of the mat. Let's do that again. Let's inhale, left arm to the sky. And then exhale, we kind of move into our shoulder. So the top of the hand on the lower back, right? So our arm is open, our shoulder is open, our gaze is to the left side. Good, inhale here. And then exhale, close the shoulder back down, bring the gaze back down to the mat. Forgot this part. Inhale, open up, left gaze to the sky or to the side, open the shoulder. And then exhale, bring the gaze down, shoulder shines down. And now this time, inhale, left arm to the sky, extending it upwards. And now thread it through, exhale, bring that left arm underneath the right arm, left shoulder to the mat. Good, right arm in front of the gaze. Yeah, deeply breathing into this shoulder this time. Good, nice work. One more breath here. Right hand in front of the gaze, press up. Inhale, left arm to the sky. And exhale, drop that left hand back down. All right, spread those fingertips out nice and wide. Flip the toes under. Inhale here. And exhale, down dog. Lift the hips up high. Look back at your yogi toes. Nice. Now let's find some movement in our ankles. So lifting up the ankles, dropping them down, lifting the ankles, dropping them down. Just find some movement here. Yeah. Or your feet feeling stiff, you know, let's get that blood moving. Get lotion is motion, right? Let's get some movement here. Good. Inhale, look forward on the mat. And exhale, tippy toe or step to the top of your mat into a forward fold. So this is a nice place to use your blocks if you have blocks with you. Soft bend in the knees, letting the head hang softly. Good. Just because we're warming up our hamstrings, right? Using those blocks might feel really nice. All right, let's put a slight bend in the knees and email halfway lift. My God, it's early here in this video. Let's lift up halfway, hands on the legs. So let's press through our legs, extend our spine, crown of the head forward. And again, we're going to do this range of motion with our gaze because we're getting into those little minute muscles through the neck. So let's bring our gaze over to the right, loosening up the neck, upper back, and the shoulders. Just mini movements. Good. Gaze comes down. And then turn the head to the left. Gaze comes to the left. Good, gaze comes down. Bend the knees, and then inhale. Start to lift your heart, lift your fingertips to the sky, an extended mountain pose. Good, palms are facing one another. Good, notice the strength of your legs. Let's lift up those yogi toes, give them a wiggle, and then start to anchor them down into the mat. Feel them press into the mat. Good, deep inhale here, extend and lengthen. Exhale, let's drop the hands to the lower back. So clasp the hands or just hold the arms behind you as if you're holding a beach ball behind your back. Good, press the shoulder blades back towards the spine. Pull the belly button in, lift the chin, lift the gaze. Just open up the chest. Nice deep inhales. Good, and release the hands. Inhale, hands and fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, goddess the arms, bend the elbows. Nice. Inhale, hands up high. And exhale, let's fold. So coming down into that forward fold. You can still use your blocks here. Maybe you want to shift them to a lower spot. Knowing that our blocks have 3 different sizes, small, medium, tall. Keeping those legs bent a little bit. All right, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now plant those hands, step back into tabletop. And extend the left leg out behind you. Press the left toes into the mat. You know we have to do our calf stretch today. Good, stretching through, pressing that heel back, opening up the muscles of the calf. Good, one more breath. Now let's just find some nice soft circles here. In through our foot and our ankle. Awesome. Good, and release. Okay, so I want to tell you something. If you want something underneath your knees, get it now, because we're going to stay on our knees for a few poses, okay? All right, so it's underneath our right knee. Draw the right hand to the center of the mat and inhale left arm to the sky. So then our right foot pops out behind us. It's just a supported side plank, okay? Bring the gaze down towards the mat and then some nice big circles with this left arm. Good, switch directions. And then release. Let's drop that left arm over our head, gazes down, pull the belly in, and really extend and reach through the left fingertips and the left toes. Feel this left rib cage just open up, all those intercostal muscles, inhaling and blossoming and blooming. Feel the strength in your right arm holding you up. Good job. Let's drop that left hand back down, drop the left knee back down, and then walk the hands back towards the knees. Give our shoulders a little rest. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, notice the arms bend, the elbows press the shoulder blades back. Inhale, hands up high, and exhale, drop the hands to the sides. This time we'll bring the hands down into tabletop, and we're going to extend the right leg this time. Press the toes into the mat, press that heel back. Yeah, open up that right calf. Really feeling it open and blossom. Good, now let's find some movement here, circling through the ankle, through the toes, anything that feels good. Nice. Okay, now draw the left arm to the center of the mat. And we're gonna pop up the right arm to the sky. So your left toes, your bottom knee, may pop out, your left toes may pop out. It's just a supported side plank, okay? So you can keep the gaze down towards the mat for balance, and then find some big circles with the right arm. Good, and release. Let's drop that hand down towards our ear. And now extend through the right fingertips and the right toes. Again, opening up this right side body. Really feel yourself breathe into it. Imagining the muscles just blossoming through the rib cage. Pushing through. Big, nice, deep breaths. Good, and release. Let's bring that right hand back down, back into tabletop. And then flip the toes under, walk the hands back towards the knees. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the fingertips high. Exhale, notice the arms, bend the elbows. Inhale, hands up high. And exhale, let's bring the hands back down. Flip the toes under, inhale, look forward. And exhale, down dog, hips up high. Good. Again with the ankles, inhale, ankles up. Exhale, ankles down. Inhale, ankles up. Exhale, ankles down. Nice. All right. Now bring your awareness to your chest, okay, and your arms. So notice where you're holding your shoulder blades in down dog. So try to externally rotate your arms. Draw the shoulder blades away from your spine. So open up your upper back. Good. Just a very subtle, soft awareness here. Good. Inhale, look forward on the mat. And exhale, tippy toe to the top of the mat. Twofold. Be careful of your blanket if it's there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, inhale, lift the heart, lift the fingertips high. And then exhale, drop the hands down. Let's step our left foot back and turn towards the left side long edge of the mat. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Let's do toes in, or heels in, toes out. Inhale here, extend through the energy. And then exhale, drop the knees. So bend the knees and drop the hands to the knees. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, let's press our right shoulder into the mat, looking over the left shoulder, pressing into that right leg and pulse. 1, 2, 3, and stay. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, come back to center, 5-pointed star, lift the arms. And then exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands back down to the knees. And this time, let's press the left shoulder in towards the center. Bring the gaze over the right shoulder. Press into that left leg and pulse. 1, 2, 3, and stay. Good. Pressing and breathing, pressing, twisting, and breathing. Nice. Inhale, straighten the legs, come on up, 5-pointed star. And then exhale, let's draw the hands to the lower back, clasp the hands, or just hold the beach ball behind you, right? Palm facing palm. Open up the front of the chest. Shoulder blades are touching towards the spine. And then let's start to turn our toes towards the long edge of the mat. So heels back, toes forward. Inhale here. And exhale, let's fold. Soften the knees. Try not to lock them. You can leave your arms laying on your back, or you can lift them up, whatever feels good. Good. One more breath with bound arms. And then release the hands back down. Good. So we're going to walk our hands to the top of the mat. Our right foot is at the top. Good. And then step the left foot forward just slightly into pyramid. Here's a nice place to use blocks underneath the hands. All right, toes pointed forward, or the left toes can be slightly turned towards the left-hand side, like a 10 o'clock. All right, we're going to be feeling this in our hamstrings, maybe our sits bones as well. Draw the hips to the center of the mat because they like to pop out to the right side. And inhale, halfway lift. So make some little adjustments, create space between your legs and your torso, and then just start to press forward through the spine and the head. Good, deep inhale. And now exhale, start to come down slowly, bending at the waist. Just noticing how much more space you have created, how much more length you have created. Just your tiny shifts in your physical body. You can do this off the mat. Making tiny shifts in your daily routine can create space and length for you to breathe and to be. Nice deep breaths. Good, one more breath here. All right, now maybe you want to bring these blocks with you. We're going to shift forward into balance on the right leg. I'm going to bring both my blocks. I have them on both my hands. Bring the balance into the right leg, lift the left leg. So then flex the left toes back towards the knee. Notice if you start to sink into that right hip. You want to press up and make sure the hips are even. So it's like someone could put a plate on your lower back. Let the head hang. Nice. If you want to play around with the balance, you can always remove your hands from the floor or blocks and place them on your ankle or maybe your calf. Your choice. Good. One more breath here. Nice. We're going to drop our left leg behind us, and then we're going to drop our left knee onto our blanket or our mat. All right. So pressing forward, using our blocks, or our hands on the mat, or option to cross the fingers and just press into the right thigh, right knee. So we're gonna press our hips forward. Untuck your left toes. Deep breath here. Good, now let's draw our hips back up. Let's leave our hips up over our left knee, and we're gonna start to scooch our right foot forward into half split. I like to continue to use my blocks here underneath my hands. You can as well, or bring the hands down towards the floor. So we're gonna bend at the waist here, okay? Nice exhale, keep a slight bend in the right knee. Find that spot that feels good. Let your deep breaths into these nice big joints of our body. Good, one more breath. All right, now let's start to bend into this right knee. Remove my blocks to the side. Toe heel this right foot to the outside of your mat, coming into lizard. So here's a nice place. You can also use your blocks on the inside of the right foot. And start to press the hips down and forward. Or the option of just bringing the hands down to the mat, or the forearms to the mat, pressing the hips down towards the floor. So just notice your right leg. You want your toes and your knee to face the same direction. You can always pop out the right knee to the right side. That feels good. Just make sure that your toes aren't pointed, say, inward towards your hand, and then your knee is pointed outwards. You want them to face the same direction. Deep breaths here, opening up the left side of the pelvis, left side of the hip, and so as. Good job. All right, let's start to lift the hips up. Now walk the hands back, and then slowly start to bring that right leg back into tabletop. Let's reset our spine by doing a couple cat-cows. So inhale, cow, drop the belly, flip the toes under, lift the gaze. Exhale, cat, arch the back and tuck the toes. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good job. All right, flip the toes under, inhale, look forward. Exhale, down, hips up high. Bring again to your upper back. Notice your shoulders. So press into the fingertips, alleviating some pressure from your wrists. Draw your awareness up your arms, your shoulders. And look to externally rotate the shoulders so that you're moving your shoulder blades away. Shrug our shoulders and down. Good. Open your upper back. Now breathe into that upper back. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, look forward. And exhale to be toe, top of the mat, to fold. Bend the knee slightly. Inhale, lift the heart. Lift the fingertips high to the sky. And exhale, drop the hands to the sides. This time we're going to step our right foot back on our mat. And take your turn to the right side. All right, just going into 5-pointed star here. Exhale, goddess. All right, so bending the knees over the ankles, bending the elbows, and then turn the palms inward towards so they face each other, okay? And then lift the heels up, find the balance in the toes. Hold the belly button in and tip the pelvis forward. Good. Nice breath. nice 5-pointed star. And then exhale, we're gonna fold forward. So turn the toes to face the long edge of the mat, heels back. 2 big breaths here. Good, now let's walk our hands to our left foot, top of the mat. Coming into pyramid pose, you may want to step that right foot forward a little bit. Nice place to use your blocks as well, underneath both hands, or just have the hands on the mat. All right, draw the hips into center, left hips tend to sway to the left side here. And then inhale, halfway lift. We're creating space between our torso and our leg. We're creating length in our spine and our neck. Good. And on your exhale, start to bend at the waist. And let the head hang. Good. Subtle shifts. Space for you to breathe. Space for you to be. One more breath through the hamstring. Start to walk our hands forward, bringing the balance into the left leg. I'm bringing my blocks with me. Feel free to. I'm going to start to lift the right leg. We're going to flex the right toes back towards the knee. So if you find yourself sinking into that left hip, start to draw the energy upwards, lifting and then stabilizing the hips so that there's a flat back. So you could, or flat lower back, so you can put weight there and stay. But if you want to play around with your balance, you can bring the hands to the ankles. Stay strong through that right leg, flexing the toes. Now drop that right leg behind you and drop the right knee onto your blanket. Good. So from here, we're just going to press our hips forward. Options to clasp the hands over the knee or the thigh. Or you can use your blocks here underneath both hands on either side of the foot. Just bring your hands down to the floor. Untuck your back toes. Start to breathe into that front right hip, the psoas. All right. Now start to bring the hips up high. We're going to toe heel this left foot forward, straightening the leg. I'm going to keep the hips above the knee here for half splits. Flex the left toes. Right toes are flipped under for balance. We start to bend at the waist. You can bring your hands down to the floor or the blocks, which is nice. Bending at the waist and start to notice through the breath the extension through the left hip, hamstring, leg. And when you find that sweet spot, let your head hang. All right, my friends, one more breath. Nice. All right, let's start to bend through this left knee, shifting forward. And then toe heel the foot to the left side for lizard. If you like to use your blocks on the inside of your left foot, feel free to do so. Pressing the hips forward. Notice the toes and the knee of the left foot. Make sure they're facing the same direction. You can pop them out to the left side and come onto the knife edge of the foot, like the long edge of your foot. Sometimes that feels good. Just make sure they face the same way. You can always draw the hands or the forearms down to the mat, whatever your lizard looks like this morning. And it can be different Just for today. You fill in those blanks just for today. One more breath here. To lift the hips, draw the hands back and come back into tabletop. And from here, come into your resting pose, puppy pose or child's pose. Maybe considering and pulling in that intention for Libra season that you've been using throughout these last 3.5 weeks. Let's start to come back up onto our hands and knees. Coming onto our backs, maybe you want to use a blanket underneath your head or put your socks on, your sweaters on. Into supine twist. Into a rest. Draw the knees into the chest, move left to right. Inhale here. And back to center. And then exhale and bring the legs over to the left side, opening up the right arm to the right side. Maybe bring that left hand onto the top knee to really feel the extension through the thigh. Hip. Back, drawing up through the right shoulder. 2 breaths here. Release. Let's come back to center. Draw the legs into the chest and just move left to right here. And then inhale back to center, sweep. Exhale, drop the legs over to the right side, opening up the left arm to the left side. Maybe bring the right hand to that top knee. Really breathing in through the thigh, hip, lower back, drawing all the way up to that left armpit. Big deep breaths here. Release. Let's come back to center. Bring that floor. Nice breaths here. Extending the legs out for Shavasana. Extending the arms out, taking up space. Lengthening the spine, lengthening the legs. Nice soft breath here. Let's just stay here for a few minutes to incorporate our practice and anchor into our physical body, our emotional body, our spiritual body. Starting to bring your awareness back to your physical body. The fingertips and the toes. Making any small movements to awaken. If you like longer shavasana, just stay where you are. So stay. The ankles and the wrists. Draw the arms up for a big stretch and rest on your side. Up into a seated position if it calls to you. Drawing our hands into heart center, just wherever you are. This Reiki prayer. Just for today, I'm grateful for my many blessings. Just for today, I feel and honor all of my emotions. Just for today, I do my work honestly and purposefully. Just for today, I'm kind to all beings. Wishing you all a lovely week. I'll see you back here on Thursday. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much, friends, for being here with me during this recording or just watching the video. See you soon.